Hello guys, Stock here, and today I'm going to be doing a slightly different video than what I normally do. I'm going to be doing a tier list video of the original Mr. Bean live action series. I'll write down here, I have all 15 episodes, and they're in order, at least I think they are, anyway. And yeah, so like I'll probably do other tier list videos as well, just like, because I just like it, just so I could do a different type of like this video style, so I thought this would be fun. And okay, so we got the ranks S, A, B, C, and then D. And S obviously being the best and D being the like worst, and I guess you know what tier list is anyway. So first we have the first Mr. Bean episode. This is the one with the exam, where he goes to the exam and then he realizes he like studies for the wrong one or something. And also when he's at the beach and he's trying like swimming to his like swimming shorts in the beach, but he doesn't want to be seen because there's a person there. Only for the reveal to the person that was actually blind, and he just kind of wasted doing all that effort trying to put on his swimming shorts while trying not to take it. And then it's also at the end when he's at the church and he misbehaves while someone's spouting a sermon. And then later on, he's like singing "All Creatures of Our God and King," but he doesn't know the words except for the one "Alleluia," and he keeps like mumbling. But when he gets to "Alleluia," he like sings like drastically. It's pretty good. Like it's the first episode, so like they were figuring it out. But for a pilot episode, it's pretty good. So I'll probably put it in A tier. Okay, now next we have The Return of Mr. Bean, episode 2, and this one is all. This is the one when he's with like the saxophone player and he wants to give him money but he doesn't have any, so he like busks himself and then he just like gets some money, just gives it to the saxophone player. And then he also goes to like the department store and he tries out everything before he buys it, but then when he gets to the perfume part of it, he like hates the smell and he starts like gagging all over the floor and stuff. It's pretty funny, and he's like getting everyone out of the way because like the smell of it is so bad. And then later on, he gets his credit card switched with another person's one, and his hand gets stuck in his like back pocket, and he gets like forced to be into the bathroom with him and stuff. And then like he's celebrating his birthday party at a very posh restaurant, and he orders like a steak tartare, but he doesn't like it, so then so in order to hide it, to make it look like he ate it, he hides it in places like underneath the bread, in a woman's purse, I think, then in the back of someone's pants and stuff, and then eventually they move into a new table when he gets served the exact same food. So like he has to do all that again. Very awkward scene, but also very funny scene. And then he visits a film premiere, I think, and then he meets the Queen and stuff. But he's like getting like stressed out, so he makes sure that everything about him's perfect, like his shoes are shiny off, like he has no things in his teeth, that his breath is good, and then eventually when the Queen gets to her, he knocks her down, and of course everyone panics, and Bean just like gets the hell out of there, like, I'm not getting that anymore. And then that's the end of episode 2. It's pretty good. It's definitely not as good as the other episodes on this list, but it's still pretty good. I'll probably also, what would I give this episode? Probably an A as well, same as the first one. And oh, here we go. Okay, so now it's episode 3, The Curse of Mr. Bean. This episode starts off and Bean is at a pool, but he's afraid to dive. But then these two boys on top of him like rage bait him until they make him fall off or something. And then his like swimming shorts fall off, and some little girl like takes them away and stuff. So then he's left in the pool, and then of course he gets out and panics. And then after that, when he's in the car park, he tries to escape the car park without paying. So he gets like a big bin to make it trick the machine into opening, so he can get his car through. And after a few failed attempts of it, he manages to doing it while locking out the same blue car from the other side of it and stuff. And then after that, he has lunch at a lunch bench with a stranger, and it goes chaos. And then, of course, because Mr. Bean needs to sneeze, and then, well... And then this episode ends with him at the cinema with his girlfriend, and he has the big pocket of popcorn, and he gives his girlfriend a small one and stuff, and Mr. Bean is scared of the film, like, very scared of the film. Look at him backing down on the seat here. And then when the film is over, he rage baits everyone with his razor, or whatever that thing is, I don't know, hair comber, and This episode is actually great, and this one is definitely going in S tier. This is that's one of the most iconic episodes, but one of the best comedy performances. And now here comes episode 4. Mr. Bean goes to town. This is the episode where Mr. Bean has like TV trouble when he gets a new TV, but the antenna isn't working or the signal isn't working. So like, to make the TV work, like he like strips naked and puts his clothes where the thing is, so he could trick it to make the TV work. But then his power runs out, and then after that his camera gets stolen, and then he goes full on. Then after that, Mr. Bean finally goes to town with his date, and then at the nightclub, some other person is trying to steal his girlfriend. So then, like, everything just goes awkward when he accidentally hits this man up. But nothing works since the person then starts hugging his girlfriend, and of course Mr. Bean's very sad. And what do I actually feel bad for Mr. Bean here? And then Mr. Bean gives the actual most aura comeback by doing this. Great episode. Probably not S tier, but probably the top of A tier, if I can make it at the top of A tier. Wait, can I? Yeah, it's probably the top of A tier. Not quite S tier, but still very good. Now is episode 5, The Trouble with Mr. Bean. This is the episode when he goes to the dentist and stuff, and he accidentally gives the doctor like an injection in his leg that makes it go numb, and he collapses, and Mr. Bean tried to fix his teeth himself. And the dentist like comes back, and then after that he like tries to have a picnic with himself, and then like a bee is trying to eat like his food. And then the bee is in his drink and stuff, and like obviously panics and stuff. And then after that, when he finally gets the bee away, he attracts more bees, and then absolutely mayhem kicks in. This episode is also very great as well. I'll probably put this one is definitely going in S tier as well. That one is great as well. The Curse of Mr. Bean in Trouble, and Mr. Bean actually ghosted. Now episode 6, Mr. Bean Rides Again. This episode is, all Mr. Bean episodes are pretty good, and this Mr. Bean Rides Again. This is the one when he goes to the post office, I think, and he's in the mailbox, and like then he's packing for his holiday, but he can only fit the small stuff in his suitcase. So he like cuts like his trousers to be shorts and stuff, and like empties his toothpaste and stuff. And then it turns out that he had a bigger suitcase the whole time. Then after that, he's on a train where he's trying to read a book, but the person like in front of him is like laughing too much, and it's really annoying him. And then like he's on a plane, and there's like a sick child beside him, and then the child like pukes in a bag, and Mr. Bean wasn't noticing that, and he tried to make like a thing to make like an explosion noise to make the child like amused, but it goes wrong. Overall, pretty good episode. This one is it's not the best episode, but it's not the worst. This is probably going to be I don't know this. I'm thinking the bottom of A tier or the top of B tier. Probably B tier. I'm not sure about that though. But anyway, okay. Episode 7, Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean. This is obviously the Christmas special, and this is where he visits the shop, and then he like buys like 2 Christmas like decorations, and he like checks which one's heavier, I think, and then like after that he gets the turkey stuck on his head, and his like girlfriend comes in and sees him, and he obviously very scared. And then after that, like his girlfriend thinks that Mr. Bean bought her like a wedding ring, but it was really just a hook for a picture. Then his girlfriend obviously leaves very upset, and then Mr. Bean made a very explosive like cracker thing. What they call it, the pulling crackers thing, I don't know what they're called, and because he made a big one, it explodes, and you don't see the outcome of hand after that. So this one's probably good as well. This one probably is an S tier, but it's probably A tier. Yes. Now, in is this episode 7 or is this episode 8? Mr. Bean in room 426. This is when he's at the Queen's Hotel. I think that's what it's called. And, well, he's at the Queen's Hotel, and then his like neighbor in his room, he like tries to compete with him or something. Like he goes with on like into the restaurant, and he gets like everything that he has, but like twice the amount, and he even like eats the same stuff as him at the same time, and like. But then once he eats all the oysters, that they reveal that all the oysters were like expired, so then it goes terribly wrong. So then after that, he's sick. He has like a fever, and he like someone in his neighbor like wakes him up because he was like being loud on like the TV, and then he exits the room and knocks at his door, tells him to like be quiet, but like because it's like the middle of the night, he didn't have his clothes on. And I mean, like, he didn't have his clothes on, like, he was, like, literally naked, and he locked himself out of his room, got the door closed, and it's absolute disaster and stuff. He's running around the hotel and stuff. Like, yeah, this episode is probably... This might be a hot take, but I'm thinking B tier. I know I'm bad at ranking stuff, they're all good, but I just didn't... I really just didn't want B tier to be empty. You know, that was Mr. Bean was again in it. But anyway. Next one. Do It Yourself, Mr. Bean. Okay, hold on, this is a good one. Do It Yourself, Mr. Bean starts off on New Year's Eve, 1993, and then he invites two people over to his apartment, Rupert and Hubert, and he doesn't have the party prepared, so he makes the food as they're there, and they're waiting for ages, and he literally feeds them wood. So, like, while he's making, like, seeds or something, they go over to the clock, and they make it almost midnight, so by the time Mr. Bean comes, the clock would chime, and you'll think it's the new year, but they only did that just so they could leave quicker. And yeah, and then like when Mr. Bean actually goes to sleep, he realizes that they tricked him. And then the next sketch is him buying too much on a sale and stuff, and he doesn't fit on his car because he got too much, so he puts the chair on his roof, and he's steering his car with ropes and sticks, all really funny. And then eventually he wants to paint his room white, but he doesn't want to damage any of his other objects or stuff. And so he puts newspaper all over the things that he doesn't want to change, and he puts a bomb or like a firework in like a paint can and then blows it up. But then Hubert, who left his hat inside Bean's room, goes into the room, and an explosion happens, and then when Mr. Bean comes in, he sees the outline of where Hubert was, and he's not dead. I don't think he is, because you see his footprints coming out of the room. And yeah, it's a great one. So this one is actually going to... This one is probably going to be no, not S. No. Wait, no, hold on. There we go. Now, the next one, Mind the Baby, Mr. Bean. This one is very self-explanatory. He has to mind a baby at a fun fair, and then there's like a part where he's like, Bean is at like a roller coaster, and he finds it very unamusing, but like to put the baby somewhere, he put it like a Postman Pat ride, and he made him go in it for like half an hour, so like it's funny, like seeing it cut between Mr. Bean and the roller coaster and the line for the Postman Pat thing getting bigger. And then eventually he straps balloons to the baby's pram to try like make it amused, but because there were helium balloons, the pram stopped floating. But then Mr. Bean, being the absolute farming, he shoots the balloons down with a bow and arrow, and the baby returns safely to his mother. And then when Mr. Bean goes in the car, he squeaks the toy, and then a dog is in his car, and he has absolutely hemodynamic shock. This is a good one as well. This one is probably gonna be... I'm thinking A or B. Probably B, honestly. Like, that on this scale, that's not a good... Like, it's still good, but it's... Yeah, anyway. Next one. Back to School, Mr. Bean is the one when he goes back to his old school, and he, like, he's very mean to everyone. And then at the end, his car gets destroyed and stuff. And of course, he's very sad. This one isn't really that good. It's just like a C tier. Tee off. Mr. Bean is... I think it's good for the first half when he's doing his laundry, and then he gets bullied by the person. But I think it kind of drags out with the golf part. So this one's probably going to be B, because like it's halfway between. Good Night, Mr. Bean is... I don't really like this one, like, at all. Like, so... I know at the end I'm kind of rushing it, but yeah. Hairboy Mr. Bean of London. Once again, the first half is the best one when he's at the hairdresser, because the barber has to take the phone, so he does everyone else's hair. So probably B again. The best bits of Mr. Bean is a compilation episode of the best Mr. Bean sketches, where he's in his attic, and then he sees a lot of stuff, but at the end he sees the records of his old car. So this one is probably going to be an A. And sorry that ending was very rushed, but it's just because I have to make my videos under 15 minutes for unexplainable reasons. Bye. Subscribe. Thank you all.